You know, some people just don't realize how blessed they are to have a benefactor and they get cocky with it, Dot. So let's see how this turns out. The invisible benefactor, Eleanor Mercer, lived in the shadow of her husband's charm. James was Grand Rapids' social butterfly, known among Michigan tech entrepreneurs for his charisma, not his business skills. Few knew their Heritage Hill Victorian and James's vintage Mustang were all funded by Eleanor's family furniture manufacturing fortune. When James announced a lavish 40th birthday weekend at Grand Traverse Resort, 50 guests at $75,000, Eleanor simply called her father's financial manager to transfer the funds. The networking opportunity of the year, James promised, planning every detail while dismissing Eleanor's suggestions. 2 days before, Eleanor noticed something odd. "James, I don't see our suite on the list." His pause was telling. "I thought I mentioned, this weekend is about impressing investors. Better if you stayed home." "You don't want me at the party I'm paying for?" "These VC guys respond better to certain dynamics," he sighed. "Amber is handling hosting," he added, referencing his attractive assistant. The late nights preparing, secretive calls, his interest in Amber's input, it all clicked. "So you've planned an extravagant weekend with my family's money and you're taking your assistant instead of your wife?" "When you put it that way, it sounds terrible." James laughed nervously. "You'd be bored by the tech talk anyway." Eleanor said nothing. The next morning, she called her father's attorney and the resort. When James arrived with Amber, a confused manager couldn't find his reservation. "There must be some mistake. The Mercer party. We have the entire North Wing." The reservation was canceled yesterday. The deposit was refunded. His phone buzzed with messages from confused guests finding no arrangements. When he reached Eleanor, her voice was calm. "Since you didn't want me there, I assumed you'd prefer handling arrangements yourself. I've redirected those funds to my separate account. The locks are changed. Amber can help you find somewhere to stay." By Sunday, James sat in the resort bar watching his business relationships unravel as investors questioned his competence. The divorce was straightforward. Eleanor's prenup proved prescient when records showed James contributed less than 5% to their worth. 6 months later, Eleanor hosted her own celebration at the resort, a charity gala for women entrepreneurs. Announcing a new scholarship, she spotted James by the service entrance. Now working for the catering company, Amber left him to manage. "Sometimes," Eleanor told the crowd, "the most valuable lesson is recognizing your own worth and ensuring others recognize it too." The Invisible Benefactor Fund raised questions. Eleanor simply smiled and made a $500,000 donation in her family's name. As James watched from the kitchen, the local cherries he served weren't nearly as bitter as realizing that by excluding his greatest asset, he had engineered his own downfall.